So today's video is going to be a little different than what I normally do, but someone had mentioned it and it's something that I need to do. So I'm going to show you organizing my craft space. I have a pretty small craft space and I figured maybe other people who don't have like a designated room would enjoy seeing how I do this. Now, right now, it's a mess. So bear with me. Let me show you. All right, so this is actually the spot where I craft. And when I'm filming, I try my best to crop out all of the mess around me. So this is the front room. When you walk into my house, this is what you see. So I need to try to make it so that it's easier to put stuff away. And I'll show you where I store everything. I have stuff out here that I've picked up on clearance that I need to put in their appropriate spots. I've got all of this on the bench, all of this on the bench. And I need to tidy this up. This desk actually needs to go back into our living room now that our Christmas tree is down. That doesn't need to be in here anymore. Over here, I have a closet that I've designated for my craft supplies. I'll do my best to show you because obviously there's no light. I mean, I do have a tap light, but I don't know how much that'll help on camera. This is all craft stuff that needs to be taken care of. And then some of this stuff up here is not crafting stuff. So what I'm gonna first do is try to find another home for some of these things, which I've already cleared out a space. I'm gonna take care of the stuff that doesn't belong in here or it did belong in here, but I'm gonna try to find a new home for it. And then we're gonna go from there. All right, so that cleared a good amount of this stuff out. And let's see what I got up here. Oh, climbing a ladder. Or a step stool. I got some of this, which I forgot to use for Christmas, which is why I bought it. But the glitter vinyl paper, I do not have a cutting machine, but you can use it other ways. I've got some yarn and some extra paints. And then I think these are items that I was thinking I would redo at some point. So now I need to reorganize and have my stuff that's most used easy to just carry out so that I can go over to my workspace and then put it away when I'm done, which seems like I'm never done because I feel like I'm always in the middle of a DIY, but it'd be nice for it to be a little bit cleaner. This is like fresh from like finishing a DIY yesterday. Like this is not usually quite this bad. So yeah, the one thing I always struggle with when it comes to organizing is like things like little wood pieces, if I can hold this up without them falling. I'm like, do they just go in a wood piece bin or do they go in like a seasonal bin? Like if I have little wood pieces for Christmas, do they go in with my Christmas stuff or my wood pieces? And it's probably overthinking it, but that's the way my brain works. So then I just don't do anything. So we're gonna try to solve that today, maybe today and tomorrow, we'll see. I'm not sure that'll get it all done in one day, but let's work on it. All right, so the first thing I did was go and grab some of these. I had them already. They're from the Dollar Tree. I bought them a while ago to do something with, never ended up doing them. I just pulled 2 of them out of the package. The other one was already open, but I hadn't used it. I just want to give a warning for these. I don't know if all of the Dollar Tree cubes are like this or not, but to me, they really smell. And I think it's just a chemical. This one's not bad. This is the one that has been open for, let's be honest, probably a couple months when I first bought them. These ones just opened. It smells chemically. It kind of smells like cow. I don't know if that's just me. If you've ever bought them from Dollar Tree, let me know. So I'm gonna let them air out. Like, it's better to let them air out, in my opinion, for weeks. But I did also make up a little spray bottle with some essential oils that are good at like taking care of odors. So I've sprayed them down. These are also gonna go top up in the closet. So by the time I'm working with them again, they'll be aired out. I don't know. So we're gonna use these. What I think I'm gonna do, well, let me show you what I pulled out as well. So this was actually all the stuff that was on the bench. These are things that I picked up, Walmart, Dollar General, clearance stuff. Oh, and guess what I found? If you watched my last video, I think it was, I did a little haul plus like some DIYs. I thought I hadn't bought these. I thought I'd only got them in the Ladybugs, but no, I did get them in the bees. So I'm glad I didn't go back and buy more. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I wanna pick out, I think what I'm gonna decide to do is pick out the stuff that is definitely Christmas for Christmas. It does not matter the original intended purpose. So just because I bought it at Christmas clearance doesn't mean I'm using it for Christmas. So I'm like stuck, not sure how to organize it. But like these, I'll put these in Christmas stuff. This, I probably won't put in Christmas stuff because it could be used. However, let's get started on that. I gotta pull out my bins I already have in there, and I think I'm gonna switch my Christmas stuff to these ones and put them up top because I won't be needing them for a while. So I'm starting with the Christmas stuff because seasonal wise, that's definitely the one I have the most of. So everything else will move through a little bit quicker. But what I'm doing is kind of doing a rough sort, just the first thought that pops into my head, trying to separate them into some type of a category, and then I can always go back and reorganize a little bit, kind of fine tune it a little bit. But I'm one who has a hard time making decisions of where to put things, and so I'm trying to just make a decision and then know that I can go back and adjust it later so that I can actually get this project done, because it really needs to be done. So I have one bin that's all like ornaments, like definitely like ornaments. Then I have things like this that are intended, they're called ornaments, but I may not use them as ornaments. And then I have one that's like embellishments and add-ons, all these greenery ties, which I bought a ton of. At some point I think I was having a hard time finding them, and then I bought a bunch when I found them. Some bows, some bells, but similar stuff is over here, so I just gotta figure out how to sort this. I also have my ribbon in here, this new one I bought, wherever that just went. And then I've got other ribbon in my ribbon bin that could be Christmas, but it doesn't have to be Christmas, but I'll probably only use it for Christmas. So I don't know if I should just add that ribbon to that ribbon bin, but it's kind of full, but maybe it won't be by the time I'm done with this. Anyone else have the same struggles? Organizing. I can do this. I can do this. And then I have things like this that I'm like, do I leave it in my crafting supply or do I put it in my decorating supply? Because I could use them as is just to decorate. But I already put away all my Christmas stuff. So do I really want to do that? I think I'm gonna go put these in my Christmas stuff. I just feel like that's a better choice. I use lots of Ziploc baggies to sort and organize little things, keep light things together. So that's what I'm doing now, reorganizing some of that. Some of the little things that, I don't want to get lost, like this tiny little wreath that I pulled off of something that I'll eventually, use again. So this little top of an ornament, I saved this and there was a good reason for it. I just can't remember why. There was an ornament that I took this off of, and I remember thinking, oh man, there's been times where I've needed something like this. Probably when I need it, I'll remember why, and I'll have it. Can't remember though. I'm pulling out my fall bin, which has some 4th of July stuff in it as well. I'm just checking to make sure I like what's in here. I do not, like I said, I do not have a lot. So I think that's all I'm doing is taking out the fall stuff, or the patriotic stuff. And I'm gonna do like a patriotic / summer one, I think. All right, so next day, I'm just trying to find any spring / summer type of things. And I'm gonna put them in the bin with the patriotic stuff, so I don't have a ton of those types of things. I'm sorting things, putting them in plastic baggies to kind of keep small like things together. I really wanted to show you as much of this as possible, but I also don't want this video to be 14 hours long and bore you to death. And taking some of the bigger signs, moving them, I'll show you at the end. And then I'm pulling out these drawers. I'm going to go through these a little bit with you, but I like these little drawers containers in my closet because I can pull out a single drawer and just have that on my table, which is very handy. So I'm just organizing that. All right, so I have a bunch of random things. These are things that I've pulled off of like other signs that I could use the shape of it, paint it, use it again. I have quite a few of those. I have a couple of backs of picture frames when I've used picture frames and not used the back because I can attach these onto things. I just kind of have like little empty spools that can be used as little risers. This might seem nuts to some of you, but I know there's plenty of you who will get it. Definitely keeping this, but I had extra things in here that, you know, weren't supposed to be. So I'm not going to show you every little bit of this, but like I said, I wanted to show you and talk through some of it because I feel like when I watch organizing videos, I'm like, wow, it looks great at the end, but what did you do? And that's always where I get held up. So I'm really just kind of going around, going through things, and my main categories were Christmas, fall, and then like spring, summer, patriotic, and then we're going to do kind of everything else in just a second. And then I have my drawers. Right now I'm going through my paintbrushes. I'm finding other random things in here because that's what happens when I'm crafting, especially when I'm filming. But I've got my rub-on transfers and stencils and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm just trying to sort them. I'll kind of briefly go through it with you at the end to just show you how the final product came out. Let me know down in the comments. Do you have a craft room, a craft space, a craft drawer? What kind of space are you working with? We do have spare bedrooms that if I really wanted to, I could make a craft room, but I don't think I would use it as much. I like being downstairs in the main living space. I can craft in between while working on other things, including dinner and things like that. So I like to keep it down there. Plus I have access to the kitchen sink. And if my husband's home working in the evening, I can be working on stuff and we can be chatting. So this just works for me. And I don't mind my front room not being perfect all of the time. I feel like that's not realistic anyway. But I also want it to be easy to, if I need to clean stuff up because we're having company or whatever, I want it to be easier. So I discovered that I have a lot of stuff that I'm going to try to work through. And I did kind of fine tune some of my organizational areas. And I also feel like when I go to pull out my Christmas stuff, if I want to reorganize it again, I can. It's not like this has to be a permanent thing. So anyways, let me know down in the comments what kind of crafting space that you're working with in your home. All right, these two were the ones that were already in the closet with my kind of like everything else. So I now have this bin free, so I'm going to try to reorganize it, spread it out a little bit, and make room for the rest of the stuff that's out here. There's still a lot of like paints and glues on this table that I have a place for, but it's kind of buried underneath everything else, so we're going to start with these. Another benefit to organizing is that I discovered a lot of things I had forgotten about. I pick up a lot of things on clearance at Hobby Lobby and Dollar General, and like after Christmas or whatever holiday clearance stuff. So I sometimes forget what I have. So I have one bin here that is going to be like my go-to when I go to do DIYs, to pull that out and find something in there to make over. I do that instead of just always buying signs and stuff at the Dollar Tree to make over. I can often find them cheaper, whether at a thrift store or, like I said, clearance somewhere. So I am just kind of sorting. This is kind of my everyday type of thing. Anything that's too big to fit in the bins, I found a place for in the closet. And like I said, I will show you that at the end. Just trying to make some sort of sense. Now, obviously, this is going to vary based on how you decorate, how you DIY, what kind of things you use. But it definitely helped to go through and see everything. I found things that had fallen behind things in the closet and that kind of thing. So glad I finally got this project done. So what I found is I have so many things. If you have any ideas or suggestions, these are all like signs or shelf sitters that can be made over. Some of these are my already DIYs I've done that I plan to just redo. Not because I don't like them, but just I make a lot of DIYs for my channel, so I can't just, you know, keep making them. I need to either give them away or remake them. So if there is any suggestions, these are just canvases that I've taken off of frames. I've got some like, I mean, there's so much. If you have any suggestions of things you'd like to see, let me know. And then these are just kind of random things. And then this is kind of random things too. So these are like more things to like make over. These are more like embellishments, some random greenery, some filler. All right, I'm gonna put these away and we're gonna organize the last piece of it. All right, so I decided to take the audio out from this, even though I was talking through it, and speed it up because this video is getting really long. I have this cart on wheels, or drawers on wheels, that I like because I can just pull it out and bring it over to my workspace. At the top drawer is glues and Mod Podge and that kind of thing. And then I've got my Waverly chalk paint, and I do have a candle in there that I use for that distressing technique. I have a tote for my acrylic paints, or a little container, I guess it's not a tote. And the bottom one is ribbons and twine. I have a question. I got this, it's like a rope thing, I don't know, from Hobby Lobby. If you can think of any good ideas of how to use this, it's pretty bulky. I tried using it as a hanger on a sign before and it's just so stiff. I got it because I thought it was cool. If you have any ideas, let me know. Otherwise, this might have to go away soon because it's taking up valuable real estate. Now I ended up deciding to take out my super Christmassy ribbon and put it in my Christmas bins because I had more room in there, and this bottom bin was getting a little bit too full. So that's what I did, adding my acrylic markers there, taking the staple gun and spray paint out to the garage where they belong. This is just a jar with my clamps and then like chalk markers and metallic markers that I don't love, but I haven't decided if I want to get rid of them. We're going to store them on top of the cart and put it back in the closet. All right, I pulled the rest of the random stuff out that I need to organize. And at first I was like, oh, I'm almost done. And it actually looks like a lot left. But I have these two caddies, which are from the Dollar Tree, and they are great to just be able to pull some things out. So I think what I need to do is just take everything out and like reorganize it. See, found the little squeegee thing I was looking for. I guess no, I'm going to, I'll leave this one here. I'm gonna put this in with the glue. Furniture marker, gonna put that in with the paint. All right, this is the last little bit I'm going to show you me going through, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show you the finished product. I'm just organizing these caddies. I've got a lot of like sharp cutting tools, scissors, rotary blade. I've got my glue gun, glue sticks, and then I like sandpaper, sanding blocks, lighters, that kind of a thing. Just all those little miscellaneous things, and I use these often. So I love these caddies. Like I said, they're from the Dollar Tree. They're really helpful if you have to have like a portable space, and most of my storage is like that. It's kind of portable, easily moved, easily pulled out, so I can just bring out what I need to the table. And yeah, so we're just sorting through that, and then let's go ahead and take a look at how it all looks now that it's all done. All right, the workspace is clean. That's not part of this video. See that damage on the table there? Yeah, I did that shortly after we bought this table. I'm gonna have my husband bring these out to the garage when he comes home. I did leave this out. I do cover with some craft paper, and this is a fresh piece, so I'm not tossing it, and I'll be crafting here soon. Not today. My brain needs a break from this stuff. But I got some ideas now that I've seen all that I've got. But I cleared the benches and everything. A little bit of garbage, not a lot. Now let's take a look at the closet. All right, so the light on my camera will hopefully be enough to show you. It's full, so let's not kid ourselves here. But I'll give you a quick walkthrough. There's a couple things I would like to do. These are just hanging on some S-hooks. I wanna find something else to maybe hang from here because I have this space that could be utilized. So I'll be on the lookout for that. But up here, these 3 bins are Christmas. I've got a wreath up there that I bought on clearance. It's just a blank one. My little miter saw, I have not actually used it yet, but I got it for Christmas. I need a better spot for it, but that's gonna work for now. Up here are things to redo that are like too big for the bins. So that's what all that is. And I need to start working through it. Up top is some, if I can find my finger, some scrapbook paper, not something I use a ton of. This is miscellaneous. I have rocks that I've collected. They're not actually like the ones you buy. Well, some might be from the Dollar Tree. Some are from the lake. Some extra moss and things like that. Just some random stuff that I won't use very often. So I tucked this up here. Back here is some yarn, which I also won't use very often, and some extra paint that was sent to me that is like duplicates of colors. So things I don't need to get to very often. This is my minimal fabric collection there. So here I've got a bunch of stuff that can be taken out. Each one of these cubbies can easily come out with me to my workstation. So can any of these drawers and the caddies. So back here I've got wrapping paper. Mostly, I don't use that stuff very often, but the craft paper that I use to cover my workspace. I'm trying to move through this somewhat quickly. So I showed you guys this. These are just like the random little tools. This is some vinyl and faux leather. And these are just some random pieces. These are like metal sticks that came off of the Dollar Tree signs that I've saved in case I want to put them on something else. I just stuck them in a jar so they could stand up and be out of the way. And I just have like, these are just kind of miscellaneous like little doodads. This is some like wood stuff plus that metal ribbon back there. Add-ons, embellishments. I've got this plastic mat is what I use under my glue gun to catch the glue. So I have it up here because I would take it out with that, which pretty much comes out every time I'm crafting. These are my most used paint brushes. And then I've got some sponges and some other paint brushes. And these are those little things I've taken off of other projects. These are my stickers, letter stickers that are just too big to fit anywhere else. So here I've got wooden skewers and wood beads and such. And tumbling tower blocks. Here I've got stencils, stickers, rub-on transfers, words that can be added on to things. And here I've just got letters. I've got smaller like stickers and rub-on transfers here, Scrabble letters, wood letters, that kind of thing. We've got our everyday stuff. I've kind of already shown you this, so I won't go into that. This one's an everyday. This is my fall stuff. I did have this up top, but it fit better down here. This is the big bin with lots of things that need to be, that's gonna be my go-to for my next projects. And then this is my spring, summer patriotic bin. So not a ton in there. And then moving over here, my hair dryer, which I use as my heat gun and an extension cord. These are things that are gonna come out pretty much every time, so I don't need them really tucked away. A dish for water for paint or mixing paint, whatever, my acrylic paints. And then I showed you guys my drawer caddy thing on wheels that I can easily pull out. And then I just have, this is just household stuff, little random toolkit thing. The step stool. And I do have a broom back here, which I actually don't use because I use a vacuum to clean, and a folding, like, you know, TV tray table. So things, but pretty much everything else in here is for crafting. All right, so that is it. If you guys made it to the end, you're awesome. This is a lot longer of a video than I normally put out. Hey, should probably take down those decorations for my husband's birthday. We didn't like have a party or anything, but folks from church dropped some decorations off and wanted me to like decorate to surprise him. So I did. I need to take that down. Anyways, thank you so much for sticking around. I hope that this helped. I hope it even made sense. I'm so glad it's done. I'm excited to get back to some projects now that I kind of can find everything and I discovered stuff I had forgot about. So maybe it'll encourage and motivate you to do the same. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is not my normal content, but thanks for watching. And if you're new, I hope that you stick around. I like sharing budget-friendly DIYs here on this channel, so make sure you're subscribed with your notification bell turned on so you don't miss out on my future videos. And if I didn't say it already and you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.